And welcome everyone. How we doing? How's everyone feeling on this very chilly 85-degree afternoon? We are
Oh,
the Lost Caravan RPG. Do one shots, we do mini campaigns, we do long running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, pretty much do it all. We are playing a very cool game today
uh-huh.
called Altitude. It's a game about wow, climbing Mount Everest, as I have now learned how that's pronounced, and trying to just survive the harsh cold and wilderness and altitude, and it should be fun. But before we get into the crux of the game, we do have a few more announcements. Have the past couple weeks. Because our April schedule is out for all of the people that signed up with our call sheets on our Discord. We got all the games scheduled and ready and super excited. Um, so tomorrow, and in fact all of the Wednesdays of this month, we have Locus in a sci-fi setting. It's a horror game that we did about 2 months ago, I think. It's an absolutely wonderfully written game. We even got to talk to the one of the creators. Uh, they're so nice, and they did such an amazing job. We're actually getting a little bit of a sneak peek into their sci-fi supplement that's going to be coming out soon. Very excited. After that, on Thursday we have some D&D 5th edition. We're going to be running some level 10 dungeon diving, which I'm excited for. And then, of course, Saturday we have our Pathfinder 2E morning game, and Sunday we have our two games of Lancer. Are just so excited for it. But if you like what we do and you want to join us in the future, or if you just want a place to come hang out and be a giant nerd, you can find the link to our Discord down below. It's where we post all the information, where we post the casting calls, and random memes, whatever we're feeling that day. It's a lot of memes about coffee, weirdly enough.
True.
Yeah. Boy, am I missing anything? My wonderful mod will yell at me if I am. Oh, Hero Forge. We have an affiliate link through Hero Forge because they are an amazing company. They Through heroforge.com, you can make just beautifully customized miniatures for when, we can roll dice in person again, whenever the heck that might be. But if you use that link there in chat, not only do you get cool stuff, but you get to support us in the process. And we heckin' love you for it. Now, I think that's pretty much it. Unless someone yells at me in the next few moments, I think I am safe to turn it over to actual Games Master for the evening, which is not me. I know. Surprise Pikachu face. And yeah,
Like that.
Sam, why don't you take it from me? Take the reins.
Oh, this was weird. Um, I'll just go ahead and introduce myself. Hello, I am Sam. I am stealing the reins tonight. You can find me as Scribbling Penny. Oh, you can see it down there. Nope, it's up there. Over on the interwebs with Twitter. And tonight we're going to be running Altitude. Do we want to let Jen introduce herself real quick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hello, I'm Jen. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet. SavageSparrow.com is my super awesome website for nerdy apparel and accessories. And yeah, I love role playing games. I am excited to climb this mountain and reach great heights of horrible despair before our inevitable demise. So this is gonna be a real fun, good time with a dose of depression.
No, right? Climbing Mount Everest is easy. Like,
Yeah, like
Everyone
everybody does it.
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
does it. You know, if
exactly.
you have $70,000 and just that kind of stuff, just a
Yeah,
good credit score, it's fine.
an incredible, physical fitness and a team to aid you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Mhm.
Um,
Definitely.
yeah, everyone does kind of do it, right? Six String Games. But yeah, tonight we're gonna be playing Altitude by Six String Games. I think there's a chat command. And it is literally a pick up and play game. Very minimal prep on any of our parts. We're actually going to start out with character creation, where the GM as the mountain. That's why I'm kind of disappearing into this Mount Everest background. Gets to know the climbers a little bit better, see what makes them tick, and kind of go from there. So just starting out, what are our climbers' names tonight?
Well, I am Jack Buchanan.
And I am Stacy Buchanan.
Same last name. So what is your guys' relationship?
We went for the most feels and the most emotional damage possible, and we're actually, I think we said, celebrating our 10th anniversary?
Yeah, 10th anniversary. This is a bucket list item because, we have to climb it where we're still young before we get to that point where we can't do it anymore. And we've been dreaming of this for so many years and planning it, and we saved up all of our money for this one shot. Because by golly, it's a bucket list item and we're gonna make it before we die.
No problem.
No problem at all.
Ooh. No, definitely not. What important things are you guys leaving behind at home?
I mean, dogs for sure.
Yeah. We definitely have a beloved pit bull whose name is like Crackers. There is Crackers has an Instagram feed where we put him in little sweaters. Let's see. We have a lot of very good friends. I want to say we probably have somebody who, because we're a kind and generous couple, like maybe we have a friend of ours who has fallen on hard times and we're giving them the spare room for right now.
House watching,
so
dog
much.
watching.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking
trip.
care of Crackers right now. Crackers is very upset that we're away from our house for so long because we really don't get out as often as we should,
Work.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm sure that your friend, we're gonna call him Jim, sends pictures of Crackers, just to like give you guys updates on like how he's doing and that sort of thing. So I mean, you guys have been getting text updates on just how everything's going, and I'm sure to all the other climbers, you show these pictures of Crackers and like little bow ties and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see.
Oh my God, so cute.
I have a beloved niece, who is like, let's say she's like 13, 14 or something like that. And, I'm definitely the cool aunt who takes her to, all the fun, interesting places. We're gonna get our first mani-pedi after this trip. So exciting.
I'm sure coming back just in time for her birthday. Because I mean, Everest is a 2-month trip. Like this is not just a weekend getaway.
Oh,
like...
no. I mean, I know. Again, like this is like a birthday kind of like fun thing of like, okay, after we do this milestone, then mani-pedis.
Only 2 months, really.
Yeah.
I would
Climbers
thought more.
usually start arriving at the Mountain Space Camp in sort of like that late March, on the more popular south side. And it's kind of like that small window to climb the mountain. But yeah, around 40 days, kind of depending, but around 2 months. But 2 months, what kind of training did you guys do?
Imagine a lot of physical training, definitely hiking more difficult and
Yeah.
dangerous trails.
In college, Stacy dated a rock climber, so she knows. Learned the basics and everything from him. Uh, and obviously taught. Was able to help Jack out with learning the rest. I imagine we took classes. I hope we took classes.
Oh, definitely. 'Cause
Okay.
Jack was brand new to all of this.
Yeah. We probably got a membership at our local rock climbing wall place just to do strength training and stuff too, because it's a real workout. It's real fun.
Yeah, it's a real workout.
Definitely is.
I actually don't know anything about mountain climbing, so I hope that is stuff that you do need to know.
Sure.
I mean, this is the thing about climbing Mount Everest, is just that, especially taking the southern route, it is seen as sort of like, it has become so commercialized now, with all the sort of rampant excesses and whatnot, that literally, over 10,000 people have climbed Mount Everest now. And, it was kind of once considered this like Herculean feat to climb it. And now it is definitely more dependent on literally what your credit score is, like how much money you have, like how many
damn.
Sherpa
Okay.
like guides can you take up. So a lot of people do train, but some people just think,
Yeah. So
not
I
as
just
much.
imagine like we did basic the hipster training of doing our best, getting memberships at the gym, research online. Like we're excited about this. And yeah, like hiking, physical training, all that stuff.
We just didn't want to look too green in front of, the
Yeah.
guides and the...
Yeah, because we're also busy people who obviously have jobs that keep us occupied in order to earn the 70 grand that we can just throw away on this 2-month trip, as well as the paid time off that we can take to go on this 2-month trip.
Right?
I think Stacy owns a law firm. Like, that's probably something, some sort of corporate trial lawyer or something. What does Jack do?
Oh, I feel like it's just something super artistic, like sculptures or something.
I like it. You helped pay my way through law school.
Had that one good sculpture that sold, and
Mhm.
has
yeah.
just from then on been trying to recapture that moment. And
yeah, the mountain is inspiration for you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Perfect. So for both of you, what will you do if you fail?
Oh, we don't fail. Not in this house.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a plaque above your door.
Yeah.
Don't fail in this house. Like other people have like live, laugh, love. You're like, failure is not an option.
Yeah.
If the
Or
impossible...
just peace was not an option.
if the impossible were to happen, we would just try it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So, say you received a warning from a guide, from just, people in the Kathmandu airport, just anywhere you received a warning. Why did you ignore it?
They probably weren't qualified.
I would say probably just out of excitement. Like,
Yeah,
thousands of other people have done this.
exactly.
We're capable.
Exactly. What do they know? We've researched on the internet.
Yeah, we have Google.
Yeah, Google. That's the other thing is, I know that Jack is looking for inspiration. You guys have both had this on your bucket list. What are you hoping to find at the top of the mountain? Like,
I imagine for Stacy, this is the peak that has not yet been conquered. The ability to say I have done the impossible. We witnessed this together. We have persevered and done all the things. Again, it's that really cool, like, being able to do something that very only the very rich get to do.
there you go.
Like we said, inspiration.
Yeah.
Where to go next in our lives.
Yeah. After this, we'll go to space.
Sure, you could build your own rocket and just go right on up, right?
I mean,
Rich people can do that.
Exactly.
Good. I mean, and celebrating your 10-year. Has it been an easy marriage? Have there been sort of those ups and downs? Like, what has your marriage been like?
I can't. It can't be easy being married to an artist. It can't be.
Yeah. Like, I imagine that there have been ups and downs, especially given that lawyers know how to argue. But it is one of those things where, like, I think that, again, no matter how rough something is or um uh how awkward something gets, like, even when they fight, like, they have probably some sort of coded, like, peace treaty kind of thing where they just, like, cuddle up with crackers and watch Netflix or something. Just like, we're both tired, we said some stuff, but we love each other.
Absolutely.
Especially to make it to 10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta put up with a lot of shit. I guess, like, what are each of you most afraid of?
Ooh.
Not including spiders.
I don't think there's spiders on Mount Everest. So I think you're okay there.
Okay, good.
Unless it's like the spidering of the ice as it cracks beneath your feet.
Horrifying.
Damn.
Spider, no.
Horrifying.
I
Go ahead.
think Stacy is probably a little claustrophobic. So being buried by an avalanche, probably the thing she would be concerned about.
Yeah.
That was a bit too dramatic and deliberate. I am concerned.
You should be.
Excellent.
Being alone, probably. Like unrecoverably, like like that mind-numbing, insanity-driven aloneness.
How are you feeling guilty? Oh my gosh.
You knew the cast
God.
going into this.
Yeah.
Right? Whew, all right. last thing, and I'll ask Stacy first. If it came down to it, would you abandon Jack?
No.
You answered that very quickly. I won't tell Jack, but Jack, what about you? If it came down to it, would you abandon Stacy?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are staying together.
Except for how quickly you answered that, Stacy.
I said no.
Oh no, it sounded like yes.
Oh, no, I have an accent because I'm from Chicago. I said no.
Okay, let me just scratch that out. Stacy
Oh
said
my
no.
god. Terrible.
Right, I really am. Trying to think of anything else. Last question. Are you using supplemental oxygen, or are you trying to reach the summit without it? It's kind of a fad.
Yes.
Just make it.
I would say yes.
What does the internet say?
Well, like, part of the internet says, like, using supplemental oxygen is basically the only way to do it. But then there's sort of like this other sort of train of thought that's like using supplemental oxygen to get to the mountain. I think it's like 97% of people use supplemental oxygen.
Okay,
but there's
then yeah,
that other
we would do it.
percentage that
Yeah.
is like using oxygen is like using like performance enhancers, and you're not actually,
Yeah, no, we're not that hardcore.
Oh.
Okay. Just making sure.
We don't, yeah, like, we probably don't really live near nature in general. Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. You have to live in the city.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really see us being all like caring about super sports nerds judging us.
Oh.
I'll take them to court.
Yeah. You can sue them for libel and slander.
Exactly. How dare you?
Perfect. Do you guys have any other questions you'd like to ask each other? Or describe more about your character for this?
What do you think the truce signal is? Like, because I like the idea of it referencing some sort of shared memory we had, where maybe like early on in the relationship, something like we had some crazy fight or something, and then it devolved into like, throwing cake at each other or something that we both just started laughing at. And so now somebody calls cake, and then that's the like, okay, we're gonna pause.
That's adorable.
Okay, cool. Cake is our code word.
Cake.
Perfect. Remember that.
Yes.
Now, if you say cake, does that mean it's time to turn around? Or
that's
is
time to pause, and because the argument's getting too heated, and remember that we love each other, and all of that.
Take a step back and reevaluate.
Yeah.
Little do these two know, the cake is a lie.
Almost like I planned that.
One of the important things in this game is revealing a scar. These painful memories from the past that you guys are going to use to kind of help yourselves to survive. So at some point during the game, we can, when you're attempting a roll, you can reveal a scar to kind of briefly take control of the narrative and introduce, NPC story elements that can be used to help. So it's basically like narrating a flashback where you describe events for your past that are kind of relevant to this present situation. So like the cake, but basically like the flashback must be a time where something went horribly wrong for you guys, and that will allow you to add 1 die to your pool. But then you'd also be raising your stress by 2 by remembering this event. So relevant and traumatic. You guys are allowed to come up with this by yourself, but in the book, there is some exclusive bonus content called the 7th string where we could roll for it and just randomly generate it if you guys would like.
Can you give us an example of like what some of the things are?
Yeah, so you there's a portion on the trail called the Rainbow Valley, and it is literally this area of the almost final ascent to the summit that is just littered with bodies, essentially. And from a distance, it looks like this rainbow covered field because you have all those colorful jackets that are almost perfectly preserved in snow and ice. And so one of these flashback moments can be, as you kind of like look upon one of these bodies, is going back to a moment maybe like in your childhood that you try to have kept from your mind, kept it deep down buried, and it just comes roaring to the forefront of your mind where you had seen somebody close to you die. You didn't want to remember it, but in this moment you do. And that moment where you remembered seeing this person die and remembering that you had overcome that. You had overcome the experience of watching somebody you knew pass away and seeing all these frozen bodies here. This is just another step. This is still you overcame that. You can overcome this. If that kind of explains it. It could be some other example of maybe as a kid, like you were scared of heights. And suddenly, like you thought you had overcome that vertigo, and all of a sudden it comes back. And so like remembering some breathing exercises that you used to do when you're like scaling part of the mountain. So something like that, if that makes sense. Hopefully that helps. So you can think about it and reveal it later, or we can come up with them together now from rolling, if you would like.
It might be cool to see what the rolling comes up with.
All right. So roll 2d6.
Both of us?
Unless Jen, you want to come up with your own.
I have an idea of one.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know
So
how well
3.
that comes up, but these are my bloody dice.
Ooh.
Oh. So what was lost was your mind. Roll another 3d6.
3d6?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry. Roll a d6. My brain.
3.
And another 3. So at some point in your past, you lost your mind, mental breakdown, something like that. And it was due to some sort of misunderstanding that you may have just completely blown out of proportion, but just it was in some way very traumatic. That helps.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Definitely can use that. Alrighty. I think if you guys are ready, we're gonna start Act 2
Heck yeah.
and get into it. We good?
Uh-huh.
All right. Before we kind of get into the actual role play of this game, I want to make sure that everybody knows that we are using safety mechanics. We have a chat open. We will be using X card, N card, it's O cards. X card means an immediate stop. O card we'll be checking in card means we're kind of approaching a line. So making sure that our players are safe and you as a chat are safe as well. Step away at any time and we're good to go. Content warning. This is a horror game. There will be bodily harm. We will be exploring that dark sort of psychology. So just make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. And yeah. So I think we're good to start.
Let's do it.
Go. Let's climb Mount Everest.
Still sounds weird.
Doesn't it?
It doesn't feel right. Like, I know it is now, but it doesn't feel right.
It's taking me a minute, so we'll figure it out. We'll kind of switch between the two. So sort of starting this out, we're actually going to start our first little moment at base camp. Before even leaving the Everest base camp and beginning that arduous journey to the summit, all of the climbers and the Sherpa take part in what is called the Puja Ceremony. It is literally this rite of passage. The Puja Ceremony is performed to sort of like make contact with the divine Sagamartha, which is the Nepalese name for Mount Everest, and to pray for sort of that safe expedition. So Jack and Stacy, you guys find yourselves standing under this long strands of prayer flags, looking like a rainbow above your head, Wayne, and that sort of breeze that is sort of always present here on Mount Everest. In preparation, you guys have been offered all of these special foods and drinks, and your climbing gear has been brought forward to the monks to be blessed for the journey. You have Samsa flour, which is the staple of the Tibetan diet, being spread on your faces of you and your Sherpa guides. It is just this very moving sort of experience. And at the end of it, the rice the flour that's been spread on your face, it has been tossed into the air for good luck. And this is sort of that send off before you are about to start your way up the mountain. But as you guys are here at base camp, the sky just looking crystal clear in your gear, about to finally, you see the peak of Mount Everest just in the distance. What are you guys feeling? What do you say to one another?
I imagine Stacy would just kind of like reach out and take Jack's hand and just kind of like keep her eyes on the peak and just be like, can you believe it? He actually made it.
Well, made it to the bottom. Still got a little bit left.
Take a moment. You always do this. We're here. All of the talking, all of the planning, all of the what ifs and eventuallys. It's finally here. It's right there. Enjoy it. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
I usually am.
I guess I'm just nervous. I know we've been so excited, and now it's actually there.
There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Everybody does this. Like that jerk, Jim Sterling from Sterling and Lyle. He did it last year, And if that guy can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, I remember. We talked
Would
about that for a
not shut
while.
up about it. Oh my god. Did he show you the photo album?
Yeah, a few times.
Oh my god. Like 123 slides. Why do you need that many?
To show
That's
off,
it.
I guess.
You did bring the extra SIM card, right? So that way we can get a ton of... Okay, cool.
You know
okay.
I did.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, so base camp itself is located about 17,600 feet above. So it's below the peak of Mount Everest, which is 29,000 feet. But you guys have spent weeks here acclimatizing and sort of preparing for your journey. And it is also the furthest point you can go using only your legs before other equipment like ropes and ice picks
Yeah.
are involved. So, like, this is where the serious climb is about to start. There's tons of people that literally just go to base camp. But it's at this moment where things are going to get separated from that. So even with all those weeks, you guys are finally about to start.
Ready?
They'll ever be.
Okay, hang on. Let's get a selfie.
Refuses to smile. Intentional
Come
frown.
Come on! Come on.
Fine.
I'm not... We get a nice selfie.
Oh.
So that way, you know, when they find it on our bodies later, it's our final happy photo.
Do you send it to anyone?
Yes. I send it to Cindy, my niece, first.
Of course, yeah.
And then we'll send it to Jim.
So that he could show Crackers.
Of course, so he can show Crackers,
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my god, Jim sent this picture back of look, Crackers is in a vest.
yeah. Oh. The cutest.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay. So, let's go.
Oh. Yeah.
You guys start up the path that leads from base camp. Feeling good. You know, at this point, you don't really need any sort of supplemental oxygen. It's not that difficult. You have your guides with you. How many guides did you guys hire to carry all your stuff?
What is standard?
That was my question, yeah. Like 2, 3?
Say 3. Just based on you guys. So they are literally there to carry your guys' gears, the supplemental oxygen tanks you might need to guide your way.
They're sworn to carry our burdens.
Yeah, for many people, they have literally been commoditized for this. So, yeah, you guys have around 3 with you. Just carrying your gear. You guys know them as, we're gonna call, and I have to do this. We'll call one Norgay. We'll call another one. We will need name him. Sorry, Cheery. And then your last one's name is Pem. And you guys have gotten to know them really well and have been climbing with them for some time. But yeah, they're there to carry your gear. The first kind of leg of the journey, actually takes you to these gorgeous sort of panoramic views of the Himalayas as you're winding all these corners. And it almost makes you think that, like, man, this is easy. Like, what can go wrong?
Yeah.
It's picturesque. It's beautiful. You know, you're finally moving your legs, finally getting to move and work towards what you've been wanting to do. And then before you is what is known as the gateway to Mount Everest. This is called the Kumbu Ice Fall, and it's sort of your first trek. You know, it is dangerous. Even the first great Everest mountaineer, George Mallory, turned away, saying it was impossible to pass. Literally, this river of ice that is constantly shifting, punctuated by like these deep crevices and overhanging ice that can be as large as like 10-story buildings. And as you guys listen, you know, for the most part, the sounds that you've been hearing have just been your footfalls on the rock and on this ice stone. But now it almost seems like you can literally hear the mountain moving, ice shifting. Literally, this ice fall can move 6 feet in just one day, and crossing it, your Sherpa guides will let you know, can take up to 12 hours. But your guide, Cherry, kind of pulls down his mask and he smiles at the two of you. His face tanned and weathered from the glare and the UV that is literally at a more intense point at this level because you don't have as much oxygen blocking it. Just white teeth, smiling at you two, just like, are you ready to get started on the real climb?
Yeah. I imagine Stacy looks a bit nervously at the crevices and stuff, but like is putting on a brave face, and you know, maybe squeezes Jack's hand a little more, just to like sort of reassure herself.
He's. I imagine at any point where they've stopped and had a little bit of time, he's gotten out a notebook and a pen and just done very, very vague sketches and kind of jotted down notes for ideas and inspiration as they've been going. He just tucks the notebook away, returns the squeeze. Should be nothing, right? We got this.
Exactly. We've been through worse.
Very clearly extremely nervous.
You say you've been through worse, Stacy. What can you imagine is worse than this?
So, I mean, do you want me to give her traumatic memory now?
I don't know if that's what that is referring to.
Okay.
No, okay.
Okay.
Like, what a statement. Okay.
Thanksgiving with both families together.
That's what it is.
Oh man.
Yeah. So literally, like, this is between base camp and camp 1. If you cannot do this, then like this little gateway to Mount Everest, then that's it. So for both of you, give me roll me 1d6 and message me in chat what you get.
I dropped my dice on the ground.
Doesn't count.
I know. I don't know where it went now. Oh, sad face. I'll have to get another one later.
So Sam, James did redeem a villain point.
I know. That's why I'm having you roll it secretly to me.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, a villain point can be used during any stream to give the DM free reign to ramp up the difficulty as they see fit.
Rude. Great knowing you, friends.
So the mountain does have a mechanic called Fury that they use. The mountain starts with 4 Fury. So from the villain point, I will take 1 additional Fury to use against you guys. But I'm also upping the roll result tension level to tense instead of uneasy. So there's 3 levels: tense, uneasy, desperate. You guys are making a tense roll. Let me know what you get.
I have messaged you.
Same.
Wow, guys. Worse. Okay. So as you guys begin climbing this almost literal river of ice beneath your feet, you can like the your guides are almost quiet, trying to make sure that you guys are moving in the right location, trying to make sure that everything is going well. They have ropes to make it a little bit easier, but the main worry for them right now, making sure that an avalanche is not set off that can literally send thousands of tons of ice down the mountain. Glaciers just getting sheared away. It's would be a disaster if that happens, but every guide knows that this is possible because they've been told like they are living on borrowed time. So why don't you kind of describe how you navigating these crevices, these fissures, this very uneven ground. How are you climbing? Like, allow you guys to take the narrative on this, on how you are doing feet.
I think that Jack would actually start to see like the natural pattern in the mountainside, using the natural dips and raises of the snow and the ridges, and of course following the directions of the guides, but trying his best to follow the natural curvature and natural path that the mountain is creating.
For Stacy, like, she is very nervous about the avalanche possibility, so she is taking care to be extra quiet, and following the guide like as explicitly as she can. Just being very careful to make sure like everything is all good and he's not gonna set off the mountain.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you can only be so careful, right? Following these guides, traversing a land that you don't know. The thing about Everest is, even though so many people have conquered this mountain, it is still an extreme force of nature. Jack, as you take another step, you hear this loud crack ice splitting beneath your feet, spidering away from that footfall. It is loud, like a snap of a bone, a snap of a dry branch, and literally makes your heart leap out of your chest almost, just like that feeling in your stomach of sinking, like something has gone terribly wrong. And as you see this ice biting away from your foot, going forward, Stacy is standing behind you, as is another guide, but you see this crevice, this ice crumble away, and one of your guides, Pem, looking back to see what the sound is, as Pem and Norgay are completely swallowed up in this crevice. You hear half a scream before just nothing, and the silence of the mountain resumes again.
I'm just backing up to Stacy, reaching out, trying to grab onto her hand if I can. If not, then just jacket, whatever. And just staring in shock.
We have to help them, right?
The other guide behind you tentatively is like taking a step forward. This part of climbing the mountain, we know that this is a dangerous part, but stay here. I'll go see if maybe they've just fallen a couple feet.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's it. We just stay here.
Yeah, try not to move too much.
Okay. Okay.
You see him. He will actually hand Jack a rope that he has kind of carabined onto his waist. And he is going to walk forward very slowly, in sort of like the side to side pattern, as though he's trying to distribute his weight a little bit more. But walking away from you two. Do you say anything as you watch him go forward?
I imagine that like Stacy has her hand in Jack's and also her other hand on his like coat sleeve and is just like gripping it like iron, just like they can't. We've only just started.
Yeah,
They
no.
can't. Yeah, they have experience, so
They're fine.
yeah.
You see Cheery kind of looking over, crouching down, before straightening up and shaking his head. He looks up at the two of you, sort of waving you over.
Yeah, we're very carefully keeping eyes like shifting between the snow, back to him, back to the snow, back to him. But so, do we need to start digging? What happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys look down? Or are you just looking at Cheery?
Just a cheery.
Stacy will look down.
For Jack, you can't really see his face. It's covered to, prevent that frostbite. But you can see his eyes wrinkled at the edges, with just sort of this look of almost expectation, like this was something that he knew could happen. Then again, just shaking his head. It's up to you two if we keep going. We're just about to the first camp.
Do we need to let someone know what happened?
I'll let when I get to camp. But there's no retrieving them.
Let's go to camp then.
Jesus.
Stacy, as you look down, the ice is lined in red. You could see torn cloth, literally jagged, as though knives or serrated. The teeth of some sort of monstrous maw had swallowed these two up, cutting them on the way down. You don't see the bodies, but you do see those streaks of blood and clothes that have been torn. You're going to add 1 stress to your pool. But yeah. You guys continue then to Camp 1?
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the journey to the first camp in silence. But there is no more sort of events, as it's just the 3 of you now. There is definitely that feeling that of loss, that something is missing. But you make it to that first camp after 12 hours of climbing and hiking over this ice fall. You guys set up your small yellow tent, bright, this marring this perfect landscape. Seeing all these other tents sort of around you, some with people, some without. But as you guys bed down for the night, do you whisper anything to one another in those final moments before sleep, because utter exhaustion just overtaking you?
It's gonna be okay. We got this.
Can you just hold me?
Yeah.
Until I fall asleep.
Brace you.
You know I always win when we compete.
He'll just hold her.
He falls asleep.
Jack, looking down at your wife, you can kind of see a couple of the hairs peeking out from beneath her hat. Some gray in it from the years that you guys have spent together. Her sleeping face, you could see those beginnings of wrinkles, the laugh lines, the smile lines just settling in. The freckles across her nose that how you just like to kiss. What are those final thoughts for you as sleep takes you?
It's just trying to get the most vivid pictures of their wedding that he can. Just trying to recall all those years ago, just letting that be the comforting thought.
Do you want to describe that?
It was definitely outdoors. It was in this like what is it called? Like a nursery, but for like flowers and plants, where people can just walk through and have picnics and
Like a botanical garden?
yeah, fairly small, but they rented out the whole garden for the evening, and it was just beautiful. It was just smelled like flowers and trees and plants, and Jack was very, very nervous the entire time.
But I'm sure Stacy just was like the picture of perfection, and confidence as always.
Of course.
Yeah. So as sleep and exhaustion finally take you, that last image that you see in your mind and the one that you dream about is your wife walking up the aisle towards you. That beautiful white dress and just that beaming smile, the sunlight in her hair. But luckily you guys know you wake up in the morning. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit. You make it to the second camp without issue, and then from the second camp you start making it to the third camp right before the death zone. You're not quite there, able to every so often just kind of get those breaths of oxygen in, but still not needing it quite as much. You're not above the 8,000 meters, but now you are approaching it. You sort of see above you, after hiking, walking all day, this near vertical face of Latos, which is the fourth highest peak on Earth. It is a sprawl of tents on a cliff edge that you can literally see up near the top, which is the camp that you're going to. Your Sherpa guide is checking to make sure that you guys are clipped in and ready to begin this part that I'm sure you were most worried about, the actual mountain climb, because for most of it, it has just been the endurance of continually going, but this is a little bit more. Stacy, Cheery goes up to you and checks all your lines, your ropes, to make sure that everything is secure. He's carrying the vast majority of your guys' gear. You could see a couple of people already near the top of it, just going up. But yes. Again, roll me. Let's see here. We're gonna wait for the roll, but how do you guys want to tackle this? Who's going first?
Jack would love to, but Stacy is very stubborn.
Yeah. Yeah. She would probably go first.
Perfect. And then Jack closely following behind.
You got my back, right?
Always.
Stevie, how hard do you feel this is for you?
Can you re-describe the setup again, please?
Yeah. So you are being clipped, and ahead of you, you see almost this vertical cliff face.
Okay.
It's not easy, you know, like no serious high altitude mountain where climbers lose their lives every year. It is easy. And so you kind of have, but it's really like the last 300 meters that follows along this very steep rock filled gully that is prone to sort of dangerous rock fall.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
since it's out in the open and vertical, I imagine that, like, she's, like, oddly excited about it, you know? Like, just because, like, this is the climbing aspect that, like, she's done before, albeit, like, not on ice, but, like, you know, on, like, other, like, canyons and chasms and stuff like that. And, um, you know, like, this is sort of that, like, excitement of, like, "Oh, man, um, this is what we came here to do. I'm excited to actually, like, put my stuff to the test and see where I'm at." And obviously, you know, kind of that adrenaline rush of doing something really dangerous is uh probably not letting the "oh god, rocks could fall and murder me" into her head right now.
Yeah. So it's definitely like as you're climbing, it's glacial blue ice in front of you, having to use ice picks, the ropes. You know, it's rising in 40 and 50-degree pitches with sorts like occasionally like those 80-degree bulges that you have to navigate. But why don't you go ahead and roll me 2d6 for this. You are receiving help from your rope. And let's see how we're climbing. It's only the highest number that really. Alrighty.
From both of us?
Yeah,
Oh.
both of you. Let's go ahead and do both.
Do you still want these in private messages, or do you just want us to tell you what we rolled?
You could tell me what you rolled.
Oh, I rolled 2 4s.
No, that's good.
Or
got a-
sailboats, as you say in poker.
I got a 3 and a 6.
Perhaps for you, Jack, it was, you know, that good night's rest you got. You feel strong, amazing. Your hands are finding all the right spots. You feel secure and strong, completely fine as you continue to climb. But for your wife, you do partially succeed. But I am going to take 1 fury for your roll. And with this, as you sort of continue to climb, your hand grabs hold of a rock that you had just literally seeing your Sherpa guide, Cheery, step on, full weight just going up. It was completely fine. But as your hand finds that same hold, it crumbles beneath your grasp and you find yourself sort of swinging out, still hooked onto the rope, but that crazy, just heart racing moment as you swing out and look down and see hundreds of feet below you.
Whoa. Hey, but
Yeah.
so all right. It's just don't freak out. It's just find something to grab.
It's thick.
Yeah, you see Cherry sort of descending a little bit to help you right yourself, get you back up onto the climb. But your heart is racing.
You all right?
I have an objection to that rock breaking the rules.
Oh, scared me.
That would not be sustained. I'm okay. I'll be okay.
Oh,
Roll me a d6, Stacy. Perfect. For me, add that much stress.
So, how much stress before you have a panic attack?
10.
Okay, cool.
You're at
I'm at
7.
7. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm doing great. I'm the rock here. I am cool as a cucumber.
Yeah. I'm gonna be fine. Just be fine.
Yeah, we're almost there. Just
Yeah. Gonna be just fine.
don't worry. I'm down here. I'm right behind you.
I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't have looked down that crater. I knew I shouldn't have done it, and I did it, and I just...
It's remember that once we get up there, but we're gonna see what
No.
only a handful of people have seen. We'll start
I
our
have
way
full of
back
very
down.
rich people.
We'll get back to Crackers.
Yeah. Fuck Jim Sterling.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. She just starts climbing again. Just muttering Jim Sterling ruining our Christmas party.
Yeah. The thing is, as you guys are continuing to climb, there's probably about 100 more meters before you finally make it to that last camp. But the route is blocked. There, you had seen other climbers up there, and they haven't finished yet. So your Cheery sort of looks down at you too. We have to wait for them to finish it going up. Just hang tight, hang out a little bit.
Was that a joke?
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Hey. Because we're hanging.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That was a good one, right?
No.
No.
He's like chuckling.
Not at all.
Right. It'll clear up soon. Just
How long do we have to wait?
looks up. I mean, counting the people. Sure, it won't take more than 30 minutes, an hour. It'll be
An hour just hanging here.
it happens all the time. There's so many people trying to climb the mountain. Get back up sometimes.
But, what do we do if, the wind picks up, or there's another crack in the ice?
It's not gonna happen. Right? Like,
You see him take his ice axe and hit it into this glacial face. And then he literally is just waiting there. We'll be fine. It'll clear up soon. You guys are secured. Just hang tight.
so, see any good movies lately?
When was the last time you were up here? Do you get a break, like an off season, or do you just keep banging people up, going back down, going back up?
I mean, there's really only one time to climb the mountain. People try to make it other times, but we're able to convince them mostly not to. But yeah, it's up and down.
Hopefully they pay you pretty good for this.
Like my 14th time up the mountain.
Oh, alright. Show off.
You could just kind of see his eyes crinkling as he smiles. But this is higher than you guys have ever climbed before. You guys probably are feeling like every single exertion at this point, literally feels like you are doing it with a weight on your chest. Everything is difficult. Anything that you feel like you would have easily done beforehand is just making you need to pause for breath. But for you guys, at least in this moment, you're able to kind of take that moment to just breathe, to look around. You could kind of see the clouds gathering beneath you. Looking out, you could see other peaks that have become hidden behind clouds, but it's also beautiful as you're sort of looking around, literally hanging here on the side of the world.
Jack's taking mental images to sketch out later.
It really is something.
Nice if someone would hurry up there.
This is so much worse than waiting for someone to finish on the golf course.
I was thinking that same thing.
Yeah. What? Like, remember what that time we were golfing with Jim Sterling?
Never again. Never.
Never again. God! He's just the worst.
I'm starting not to like this guy.
Oh my
Tiny.
god. And he had that hat. That one with the poofy thing on top.
It looked so stupid, but he thought it was so cool.
Yeah, he claimed it was from his ancestral Scottish heritage or something. We all know that Jim came from New Jersey. I just wanted to punch that poof right off his head. Someday. We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna punch that poof off his head.
Rub it in his
Sure.
face.
123 slideshow. There you go.
Who does that?
Ours will only be 100.
Oh no. We're making him sit through 215. Turnabout is fair play. That's a thing they teach you in law school.
Every so often, the wind will just roar by, causing you to swing on your rope. But about it, just sort of that little reminder that you are literally just right here.
The hanging out over eternity, huh?
Try not to think about exactly how high up we are.
The answer is very.
Yeah, I'm probably good with sticking to very.
We take the selfie.
Do you pull your phone out?
No.
He thinks about it.
Yeah. In her mind. I feel like she's too stressed and like, you know, clutching the things to make sure she's hanging on tightly to like even think about like doing something casual.
Yeah. As you guys look around, you hear your guide say a word under his breath that sort of makes, you're already cold, but this literally makes the blood within you run cold. The clouds that you had seen sort of forming beneath you, obscuring other peaks, you hear him say the word storm.
What?
Yeah, what was that?
Just, he points to the clouds, just a spring storm coming in.
Oh.
Not much. They'll, it looks like they're starting to move, so.
So we'll just double time it. We can do this.
Yeah.
Confidence is inspiring.
Is it wrong if we push the people ahead of us off the mountain for all of this? You know, just hypothetically speaking.
He doesn't answer that. But you do see that the way has started to clear a little bit. And he sort of waves you guys to continue climbing.
Oh yeah, immediately.
Continuing on, yeah. And again, You say double time, Stacy, but it is literally every single hand that you are putting above the other, every foot movement is a trial, is an effort. I think I read that you literally burn an entire day's calorie trying to, for like 7 people trying to do this. Like, this is an arduous task. So you very quickly find yourself out of breath, both of you. And you know that feeling when you're trying to get air into your lungs, but it feels as though you're breathing through like multiple layers of gauze.
Oh, worst.
Your mouth just like filled with cotton, and you have that mask over your face to protect your nose and lips and cheeks from frostbite. And you're just below 8,000 feet, so again, the supplemental oxygen has just been very occasional at this point. You haven't needed it. You're not wearing the masks physically right now as you make this ascent. But both of you, you know, you trained for this, but acclimated at base camp. But this is still so hard to keep putting one hand in front of the other. I'm going to make you guys, and because you were hanging out for so long, not moving, you can feel that stiffness in your limbs as well. I'm going to have you guys both roll a d6. If you want to dig deep, you can choose to do that to add another d6, where you can narrate how you put in that extra effort. But then that will also add more stress.
Can you dig deep after you have rolled, or is that it before you roll?
That is a before you roll.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a 1.
Are high numbers good or bad in this game?
High numbers are good.
Okay.
Low numbers are bad.
Oh
Yep.
no. Oh no! Oh no!
This was a tense roll. What did you get, Jin?
I got a 6.
Okay. Oh, you're good. Hoop does have luck.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Dido, thank you. I didn't want to die yet.
What does luck do? Just gives you a reroll?
I assume so. As long as Sam is okay with that.
Yep, this is your stream. You guys do luck. 4.
4.
That's better. Let's see here. So from here you can partially succeed, suffer a hazard, or push on as desperate. Let's see here. This is hard, Jack. Literally the hardest thing you have ever done. You know, it's one thing to read about the experiences on Google, on forums, on Reddit and whatnot, but it's something else to be tied to a rope on a mountain face, looking down and seeing clouds gathering, having heard your guide say the word storm, and that panic sort of begins to well up within you as this wind just rips through this goalie that you guys have found yourselves in. And you see that it knocks you wide just as it had done with your wife, but you hit in such a way that you just immediately feel that pain lancing through your shoulder. It just immediately bruising. And like when you're cold and you're hit, your nerve endings are already continually being fried from that cold. So it's just like that extra bit of pain as you collide with like this sheer ice face.
It'd be just a few moments of just sitting there, just stunned from the pain, and then finally letting out a cry. Just, oh, God.
Jack?
No, I'm
Sweetie?
all right.
Babe?
Just,
Are you...
little out. I guess I just missed the handheld. Oh, fuck. I hit my shoulder pretty good, though.
Oh God. Can you climb? Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I still got a hand.
Cheery! Jack banged up his shoulder.
Can you still use it?
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Just, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about me. Just get up there.
Roll me a d6.
Always gonna worry about you, Jack.
5.
Had 5 stress.
Yeah.
Also, as you are continuing to climb with that pain in every single movement of your arm, you do feel just like right behind your eyes that the beginning of a headache. Just that pressure, that pain just lancing there. But you guys do make it to the 3rd base camp. We'll give you guys a point of hope.
Hey.
See, I can be nice. As you guys finally ascend this, but your camp is literally like on a cliff face.
Jack's just got that arm just, tucked up into his chest. And is just absolutely like focused drive towards the camp just as quickly as his very, very sore, very cold muscles will allow.
Yeah. And you guys are, let's see here, Camp 3 is about 8,300 meters up. It's a little bit difficult to sleep.
How's your arm?
It's sore, a little tender to touch, but I can move it, so I don't think anything's broken.
At least you're surrounded by an ice pack.
Thanks.
It's true. But this time, Stacy, Jack falls asleep before you. You look down, nestled in his sleeping bag. You could see sort of that grimace of pain anytime he kind of shifts in his face. Anytime he shifts in his sleep, in his face. And as you look at him, what are you thinking?
She is probably thinking of like a time when like she was like really miserable. Like she had some sort of like, like she had been probably like back when she was going to law school and was just working and studying all crazy hours, probably like falling asleep like at the books and everything like that. And just like uh in this state of being like really stressed and making herself physically sick because when you get super stressed out because you're not taking care of yourself, you get sick. um and just having Jack come into their shitty little apartment with like flowers and a blanket and just scooping her up and being and showing her like a little sculpture of like the dog or something that he made. And it's like, she knows that he's a master sculptor, but this is like a crude, adorable little thing that he made quickly, and it was just one of those gestures just to make her smile of just, I am doing what I can with the little that we have just so that way you can have a good night for like this little moment in time. And just, having that memory of like this is the kind of person he is.
Yeah. And before you know it, you both are being shook awake. You see Chiri's head popped into your tent. Now remember, this just a short rest here.
God, how long were we out? It
Maybe,
feels like we just got here.
yeah, just an hour and a half or so. We got to keep moving.
You don't happen to have any painkillers or anything, do you?
That headache that you had started to feel is definitely strengthening. I am actually going to look up, does Tylenol work?
Might be okay. I feel like ibuprofen would be bad because it's a blood thinner.
Yeah.
Like I think Tylenol would be fine.
Or you know.
Let's see here. Yeah. Finds acetaminophen. Can help.
Acetaminophen would actually be good too because it has caffeine in it. So it would also help keep you awake.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Pop whatever the safe dosage of that would be. Quickly down it. Stretch out that shoulder. Trying not to wince too bad.
Sore.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Just give us a second.
Yeah, and still literally every movement feels like a chore. You guys, as you are sitting in your tent, putting your crampons back on your boots, which are like those spikes that you have at the bottom of your shoes. It is taking so long to do that because it just feels so difficult right now.
You need help, Jack?
Yeah, if you want to get my left one. Having a little trouble reaching that one.
Okay.
She would help him get on his other boot and tie it up tight.
going to. As you guys go out, the sky is definitely a lot darker. You could see that Cherry's sort of looking out, trying to look at the weather. Might be best to go back down.
But why?
I mean, the storm could just blow by, or we could be here.
You said it was just a summer storm.
Yeah. You made it sound like it wasn't a big deal. Why would it suddenly now be a big deal?
You can see other groups moving out, while Cherry is still sort of looking out, assessing the situation.
Yeah, like those other people are heading up.
Yeah, if we can keep going, if you feel like you want to keep going.
Yeah, sure as hell don't want to stay here.
Yeah, no.
He will pass out your guys' oxygen masks. And you guys are definitely still like on that climb. But he looks very serious at you two. It's like, from here on out, with the amount of oxygen that we have, with what we lost, we will be entering what you guys call the death zone.
What's your name?
So the goal is, we get up, we get down, we do it fast. That's the name of the game.
I wasn't really planning on drawing this out any longer than I had to, but yeah. I'm just ready to be warm again.
Yeah.
Just sort of laughs. Adjusts his pack and starts off.
Oh, wanted to give you these. I did just pull out like 2 folded pieces of paper. It's just a rough sketch of the other 2 guides. Wanted to give you these. Not much, but best I can do up here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See him tuck them into his front pocket. Great. Make sure you keep your oxygen masks on. And we'll just keep going.
Way.
Wait a second, Jack. And
Yeah.
she would press like her mask against his mask. For luck.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, we don't need it, right? Like, if these other people can do it, we can do it. Just
Jim fucking Sterling.
Jim fucking Sterling.
But he had the taggiest outfit.
I'll just like grab, I guess, one shoulder and just squeeze. Yeah, let's do this.
All right. You guys start heading out. Every step a chore. You are so high up at this point. So the top of Mount Everest is sort of divided up into these different steps, with the first step, the second step, and then the summit. You guys go from Camp 3 to Camp 4, and Camp 4 being the very last camp that you're able to get to. And you are literally on the balcony. But as you guys look around, you see cast aside O2 canisters, other sort of refuse and garbage as you're going up. Just sort of this constant reminder of the people that have gone before you, that are just littered about. So what you thought would be like, you know, the path ahead of you is all of this different garbage. But as you look out, you see this picturesque landscape. And so it's just like this strange sort of dichotomy, this strange shift that you see as you sort of continue up. It definitely kind of detracts from what you guys are experiencing, but then again, you just kind of want to be done at this point.
I doubt that Jack is even really registering all of the little bits of refuse that he's seeing. It's focusing through the pain, focusing on just making sure that he gets just step after step, and of course every couple seconds just checking on Stacy, making sure she's doing all right.
Yeah. How is Stacy doing?
She is obviously stressed out, but like doing her best to put on a brave face for Jack. She is also secretly wondering if Sterling's photos were photoshopped.
We should have checked that.
We really should have.
That's true. I mean, did Sterling train?
He does Pilates and calls it training.
Sterling.
Okay. As you guys continue on, you see that fog picking up, the clouds, and I'm actually going to use my Mountain Fury of 3 to inflict a severe hazard on the situation.
How dare!
I know, I'm sorry. As this sudden spring storm just begins to, your visibility is decreasing with every step. You feel the wind picking up, these shards of snow and ice just pelting against your coats. as you continue up. And that headache that you had, Jack, is just continuing to throb behind your eyes. Despite the Tylenol that you had taken, it's just building and building. Can you roll me a d6?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Yep.
So I feel like it's a good thing to note right now that my tank top here reads my workout routine is vengeance.
All right. At a point of despair.
Oh, nice.
And I want you to roll one more d6.
Oh. Better. 2.
Add 2 stress.
7 stress.
Yeah, you guys are both feeling it at this point. This storm. And as you guys both look around, you suddenly realize that you cannot see Cherry anymore.
That's not good.
Where did he go? He has to. No, like, we just have to keep going, right? Like.
Yeah, he was just right there ahead of us.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if we should call out.
It's so loud. Let's just keep going up.
Yeah. All right.
You guys keep walking.
Yeah.
Who's in front?
Jack is.
Okay.
Even though every once in a while he does start to kind of divert off course, just like leaning off to the side as he closes his eyes, trying to get some relief for the pain, and then will right himself and return back to a straight path.
Right himself to what, though? Roll me a d6.
Better. A 3.
We're moving up. We're moving up. You cannot see a path. You need to take 1 point of despair. And every time you close your eyes, the wind buffets you to the side, and you try to correct. You stumble a little bit, try to correct that overwhelming headache that is just causing the edges of your vision to blur, seeing spots in front of your eyes. Every time you try to correct to what you think the path is, you're not exactly sure if that's the way that you're supposed to be going. You add another d6 for your stress.
At least I'm consistently rolling low.
Yeah. See, that's a good one to roll low on, though.
I have a lot of stress.
Any sign of him?
I don't see much of anything. But there's only one way to go, right?
Yeah.
It's just up.
Cherry?
How do you get lost going up?
Okay. Yeah, let's just. We'll keep going.
Are there
You guys,
footprints?
Probably
probably too windy for footprints,
It is
right?
windy, and you guys will soon realize that you have to shout at one another to hear anything because the wind is screaming so loud in your ears. Any sort of footprints that might have gone before you have been wiped away. But you do feel like you see something, Jack, in the snow. Possibly footprints. It looks as clear as day to you.
I think there's something. Maybe footprints. Maybe we caught up to them.
Stacy, are you just following?
Yeah, like she's trying to stay as close as she can to Jack.
Yeah. Jack, you are certain that you see footprints. It's clear as day. You could almost make out each individual ridge that the boot had made within the snow, and that the prongs of the crampons as it tears through the ice. To you feel like you are following a path.
It can't be too far ahead of us. Oh God.
Do I see anything, or is it just like the blindness?
Stacy, as you look down to see if there are any additional like footprints to follow that path, looking ahead of Jack, who's walking in front of you, so you're not just seeing his footprints. All you see is swirling snow on the ground.
Jack, I don't see anything. Are you sure?
What are you talking about? There's tracks right there.
I don't know. Do we have any way to like navigate, or is one way as good as another?
I mean, you guys never sort of plan for losing sight of your guide.
No. But I mean, he's right ahead of us, so it's fine. Jack's just gonna keep pushing on.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a case for your stress to increase, Stacy?
Probably.
Or are you ignoring that?
Probably a little stressed. No, just a little bit.
Just a little stress. Roll me a d6. We'll see how much a little stress.
I think I'm stressed out.
A little.
So what happens when I'm at 13 stress?
Yes. Not good thing. So, Stacy, you are also convinced, as you see your husband point out the footprints, or like it takes you a moment, you blink your eyes a couple of times and you're like, oh, there they are. Of course, you don't know how you missed it the first time. You see them too. But at this point, like mechanic wise, you are delirious.
Okay.
All of your rolls are considered desperate for the rest of the game.
Okay.
And any additional stress that you get, so like those 3 points that you got, are given to the GM as fury, as a
Okay.
1-to-1 basis.
So I rolled a 6, so my current stress is 13. So is that just 1 fury over, or is that 3? Like, because I wasn't sure if it was 12 or 10.
It's 10, so
Okay.
3 for me.
Okay, cool.
Which I will now use that fury to raise all of your despairs by 1.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. All we have to do is fine, Cherry. And he's gonna make everything okay. And it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all okay.
Yeah, just
Oh
just
God.
stay right behind me.
God, I'm so scared right now.
No, look, we're obviously we're going the right way, right? We,
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
we just
Uh,
keep going up. They'll physically like reach back and start like feeling for Stacy.
You find her.
her hand is like shaking.
Yeah, he's like squeezing with his one good hand and just trying to get out of this.
Oh God.
Yeah. Stacy, you know that the delirium is settling in. You the you think Jack is following footprints. You could see the footprints, but one moment he's following a set of footprints, and all of a sudden you see the footprints, 5 feet to the left, and it keeps shifting for you. But you also feel so hot. Maybe just being the overexertion. It doesn't make sense to you. You could see the snow around you, but you get the feeling that you know are just sweating like you're on the beach.
Oh my God. I just. Uh, is it? Are you? Are you feeling hot? God, I'm so hot. I
What?
think I need to take off a thing. I just.
No,
It's
no,
too.
no, no.
It's too hot.
Don't.
It's just it's so hot and I just, wait, you're going right there. That's where they are. Oh my God. Ugh.
Physically stop, like turn and just pull her into a hug. Just take a
No,
breath, breathe.
we have to keep moving. If we don't keep moving, we'll die. This is what they said. That's what they said. We have to keep moving.
We
Keep moving. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta keep going, baby. We gotta keep going.
we can. Just a second. Just take a breath.
Yeah. I,
We can stop for 1 second.
I just, yeah, we gotta go, baby. We gotta go. Um, we have to
Yeah,
find Cherry. Cherry's still out there. Cherry's right in front of us, and if we stop, it's just he's gonna be too far away, and we gotta find him. Okay.
we have the tracks. They're right there. We'll
Yeah.
just
Oh, no, they're right there. They're right there.
no, they're right in front of us.
It's just, they're right there. Wait. No. Okay. God, it's hot.
But
Oh, come on. We gotta go. We gotta go.
don't don't take anything off. Still holding her hand, he'll start walking again, staring very intently to where she said the tracks were.
Matt, it's definitely getting hard to see with that headache that has been continuing to build. You guys have your oxygen masks on, and just to make sure, like, even with that, just based on the low atmospheric pressure that is here, the wind and everything, it's not like it's easy to breathe with that on. It's literally supplemental to like what is around you, and it is so hard to feel, especially in a panic state when you are taking those shallow, panicked breaths, to feel like you are getting enough oxygen to your brain. And it's literally as long as a climber is in the death zone, you are effectively dying as you're burning up oxygen faster than you can replenish it.
Jesus.
You gotta get out of here.
Just keep walking. One step after the other. Keep moving. We'll make it. Keep up. Just
Yeah.
up.
Oh God. Oh God.
Jack, as you turn around to, after comforting Stacy, you turn to start walking again. Your cramp on your boot catches on something, and you find yourself falling forward, tripping over this obstacle.
Not. I think the immediate reaction would be to let go of Stasius and not drag her down too, rather than worry about self-preservation.
Yeah. Stacy, you see Jack fall. He just tripped over something, but as Jack, you look back, you see this bright orange jacket just halfway buried in the snow.
Jack, where'd you go, baby? Where'd you go?
I'm here. Just clumsy. That's all. I reach over to the jacket and just give it a shake.
It doesn't move beneath your hand. It's literally just frozen.
We gotta,
Solid.
we gotta go. We gotta keep moving.
If
You go.
if I take just a moment to try and dig away a little snow and see if I can make out the details of a face, would that be possible?
Yeah. Do you take that time?
Yeah.
You take that time to clear away the snow and ice from his face. It takes a moment, longer than if it had just been laying there. But as you clear that away, it's not a face that you recognize looking back at you. But just perfectly preserved in this low altitude, these freezing temperatures, the lack of oxygen. As you kind of look around, your eyes scanning the area, that headache throbbing, you could see other little bumps in the snow, other little flashes of color, orange, green, red, neon purple, all these bright colors. Very similar to this one.
It starts to try to get back to my feet, using as little force as I can on the bad arm. Stacy, you.
She would help him back up to his feet. As as much as he can.
I mean, if you're trying to help him up to his feet, just again. I mean, you've helped your husband up before, but right now it literally feels like you were trying to like lift an elephant.
Oh my god.
It's so
Yeah.
difficult.
Babe.
And for you, Jack, just how hard would it be? Wouldn't it just be nice if you're already on the ground, you're already sitting there? You just need to catch your breath. Wouldn't it just be easy to just sit down for a moment and take a break? Because it is so hard to get up. It's so damn hard to get your feet beneath you and to push up.
I feel like that would trigger the his scar, and just feeling that wanting to take a breath, that wanting to just stop, to give in, and remembering playing sports and having his dad be the head coach and being run absolutely ragged, running twice the laps everyone else was running, getting put through absolute hell, and every time he would slow down, try to catch his breath, or want to stop, just hear his dad just absolutely berate him, just dig in and just use any tactic, any vulgar language, any derogatory terms he could think of, and all of that just starts flooding back into his mind, and he just just refuses to stop there.
Yeah, you gotta keep going. With the grunt of exertion, you're able to push yourself back up to your feet. You will need to raise your stress by 2.
That's 10.
As that headache that has been building, um, it's funny. They tell you about all of these things that can happen. You know, you guys did the research. You learned about altitude sickness and how, you know, humans could only survive for about 20 hours before suffocating up in the death zone. And you read about HACE, the high altitude cerebral edema, sorry, the swelling of the brain that induces these severe headaches, this delirium, and you kind of logically hear those words in your mind in almost this sort of detached like voice, detached way, scientifically sort of presented to you, but you also have no idea why you are even here. You hear your father yelling at you, and it sounds like he's here on the mountain. The roaring of the wind, you feel like you could hear his voice yelling at you to get your ass up, to keep going, that it's just, you feel Like, you just need to keep going. If you just keep going, you'll get to the top. That's it. You'll take Stacy, you'll get to the top.
It's just part of it's just out of spite. Just I think with as much volume as I could muster in that moment, Jack would just yell out, "Fuck you!"
Do you respond to this, Stacy?
Jack,
Yeah, I'm. Cake.
Cake. Cake. Come on. Let's go.
You continue to move forward. Jack following those footprints.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's not just the one set of footprints that you're following. It seems as though you are like following some sort of herd, like a well-packed trail at this point, weaving throughout all of these various mounds of colored jackets in this sort of basin-like area. And as you guys keep walking, keep moving, the snow and ice rolling around you, knocking you off your path. That thought just barely, briefly starts to tickle your mind. You might not make it. And what is your initial feeling as you hear that thought?
It would be a little bit of fear, but also his mind would start to race of what he could do to give Stacy her best chance. Like, do I give her my oxygen? Like, do I give her my coat? What do I do?
So, you do know that your oxygen tanks only last probably about 5 hours, and that Cheery was carrying your additional ones. So you literally only have whatever you have on you at this moment. And you have no idea how long you have been wandering for. There is a mechanic in the game where sometimes you have to leave someone behind. It's abandon. A piece you can choose to abandon their fellow climber and add 2 dice to their pool for the next roll. So that would
no.
bring her dice up to 3, but that would also be you having to convince her to go on without you.
He'd just their very slow trudge would slow just a bit more. He'd reach out, grab her hand, and just bring her close enough that she could hear. Just I just need to stop for. Look, I think we're almost there.
Yeah.
I'm
It's just a bit further.
I
And,
I feel
and we're
fine.
gonna find Cherry.
I don't
What?
even I feel fine. Just
Uh-huh.
he'll grab the oxygen tank and just like
No,
shove it into her
no,
hands.
what are you doing? No,
We're
put it back
almost
on.
almost
Put it
there.
back on.
Just
Put it
keep
back.
walking. Just
No,
go.
no,
I'm right behind
Jack.
you. I'm
No, you can't. I'm
no,
not.
no. I'm right
No,
behind you.
no, and she is messing with it to like put it back on. But you know she's delirious, so like her hands aren't working right. Um, just Jack, you gotta put it back on.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
No. I'm
Just
not leaving you. I'm not doing. This is our anniversary, Jack. Damn it! Like we planned this, and I did not plan on you staying here behind. Okay, so you back on, baby. You gotta put it back on. Okay. You just you gotta put it back on for me. Okay, and we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna see the thing, and it's gonna be really fucking great. Okay.
yeah, right,
Uh-huh.
right there behind you.
No,
Just
no,
make sure they
you
don't run
just,
at me.
no, you just, we're doing this together, okay? Okay? Just please put the oxygen back on, okay, Jack? Just please put it back on.
With both hands, through a lot of pain, he'll just grab her shoulders and like start to turn her best up.
No, stop, please, Jack, please stop, do this to baby, don't to me.
Just give her a push.
No, Jack, please, just come back. I can't do this without you. Jack, I'm calling on the cake, okay? Please. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. If you're dying here, I'm dying here too, okay?
You both start to have, maybe it's the delirium, the oxygen tank falls from your hand, Stacy, and the pain that both of you had been feeling almost feels as though it's melting away in a sense. You guys feel like you're back at sea level. You feel like you're walking through that botanical garden, that soft grass beneath your feet, the sunshine streaming down on both of you through the canopy of those cherry blossoms and magnolias, that sort of sweet scent of flowers and grass in the air. You could hear the birds chirping, and looking around, you see the smiles of all your friends and family. Stacy, your niece is there in that cute little purple dress that you had picked out for her, and spreading flower petals as she walks down that center aisle, walking towards Jack, who is just beaming at you as you follow after Stacy. The sunlight settling, warming your skin. And then it just fades away. That last sort of blissful moment.
Jack. Can you hold me, Jack?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
I think that's where we're going to end tonight.
This is very hot.
This is fine.
Oh my god. Oh, my emotions.
My emotions.
You did this to us.
No, your dice did it.
Oh, sure. Blame the dice.
Likely story.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Oh, my feelings.
Mhm.
That was
Ah.
good.
Whew.
Love you guys.
Oh.
The what I wanted to say was the traumatic memory that I had made for Stacy was going to be that while with her climbing boyfriend, way back in the day or whatever, she slipped and fell down a ravine and broke her arm, or either that or dislocated her shoulder, I forgot. But she couldn't get out. So he had to then go leave her in that ravine in as it got dark, and she was trapped in this like small little, crevice for however many hours until should get rescued, and that's why she's claustrophobic as fuck.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So we'll say, like, when the storm clears, Cheery goes back to try and find the people that he was supposed to ferry up the mountain. Jack and Stacy Cannon, and you guys had made it to the Hillary Step, 100 meters or so below the summit, in what is known as the Rainbow Valley. Just literally this slope on the north face that is littered with corpses. And you guys, he finds your frozen bodies just holding one another in that sort of final embrace. Of course, it goes all over the news about this wildly respected lawyer and this amazing sculpturist that were another victim to the mountain. I'm sure that Jack's art, suddenly the price of it skyrocketed as people wanted to get another, this piece of this amazing person that, and this love story that you guys had, these two bodies frozen together, and it came to be known as the final embrace of people that are climbing the mountain. Stacy, you owned a firm, so I'm sure you had other lawyers working with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your office started getting tons and tons of work through that that you don't benefit from, but it's fine. But what happened?
Jim Sterling holds a press conference to talk about
Jim Sterling.
how dangerous the mountain is, donates like 20 grand to like some sort of charity in our names from heaven. We're all just like, fuck that guy.
Your niece's name was Sally, right?
Cindy.
20 years from now, standing on the summit of Mount Everest. Cindy will briefly lower her mask and smile as she places a picture of you two from your wedding day in this little ceramic pot that she will place at the summit of Mount Everest.
My God, my feelings.
But yeah, this has been Altitude. It is a RPG snack by Six String Games. Absolutely amazing. Literally a pick up and play
So good.
game. It is good. Your characters will probably die, as ours did. It is just this tug of war between stress and hope and despair. And I absolutely loved running it. So make sure you check them out on Patreon, which is patreon.com/the6 string games, where you could get the physical Zine copies. See, mine's 3 of 100. And I'm super excited to see kind of like what they come out with here in the future. But yeah, this has been Altitude. So
It was super good.
sorry for the feels.
So good, so much fun. Just a light-hearted, just
Lighthearted.
Romp through the mountains. It's really just like the sound of music. Like exactly like the sound of music. The hills
Very
were
good.
alive with the silence of dead bodies.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Ah,
The random spring storms that can hit the mountain. Crazy.
It was hilarious because just before we started playing, I briefly entertained the thought of like, oh yeah, man, it'd be fun to try to climb Mount Everest, and now I'm like, nope.
never gonna happen.
Nope.
Like that was the southern path. Like the northern path is even more difficult. And it's crazy because literally the summit of Mount Everest is like 2 ping pong tables and like lengths. Like it's not like this huge crazy place. And just like the commercialization of everything, like it's like you pay money, people will carry your stuff up and you will climb. So and it's literally like the world's largest landfill at this point. It's really sad.
That's depressing.
Yeah, that we are doing this. But anyways, I'm Sam. I'm Scribbling Penny on Twitter. I love indie TTRPGs. I love playing games. I am stepping down as the community manager over at Weaves a Tale, but as you can see, I'm not disappearing. I'm just going to be a wandering free agent that will pop over here on the Lost Caravan because I absolutely love Hoop. And other places. Yeah, but you'll still catch me on Sundays playing Ava, our level 20 ranger over on Penny for a Tale. Not this week, but I'll be back the following week because my birthday. But other than that, yeah, that's me. I was super excited to be able to be your mountain tonight.
Absolutely beautifully done. Just so much fun.
Super, super good.
Yeah.
Do outros.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Jen. I am the wandering role player that makes everybody cry. That's what I do. I bring the hashtag feels. If you enjoy me and my role play, I am at Savage Sparrow on the internet. You can find me. SavageSparrow.com is my awesome website for nerdy t-shirts and accessories. I will also be on the same Pathfinder stream on Penny for a Tale. With our fabulous Hoop. And also, if you do conventions, I will be at SakuraCon in Seattle and PAX East in Boston. So please come by my booth and check out our cool stuff. Also going to be launching a Kickstarter probably next Tuesday. So please keep an eye on all my social media stuff because I have some really cute designs inspired by fiends from tabletop games. So they're super adorable, super awesome, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
So, for anyone that hasn't watched any of that Pathfinder game over on Penny, I do play a risen god by the name of Korchanis, and our characters have kind of been in this. I don't even know the proper term for it, but like second life, like rebirth of emotions and feelings and love, and they finally started to hit that peak of their relationship. And if you want more feels between our characters, go watch the game on Penny for a Tale, because it's a lot of fun.
And do play a very different character.
Just a little bit.
Little bit.
Very different.
I
But
wasn't there last week, but I heard the L word was used.
mm-hmm,
Oh,
kind
real
of big
good.
deal.
Making everyone cry. It was so good.
But yeah, you should all know me. I am Andrew. I was not your games master for this evening. I got to be on the other side and have my heart just ripped out and torn to pieces, and one of the, I'm sure many times by now that I have cried on stream, but I will continue to do it for all the years that I'm able to do this and entertain people. And yeah, with that very, very happy, very cheerful note to this very, very sad music I found, our friends over at TPK Roleplay are live right now. So I'm going to throw a raid over to them. Remember to check out both of these lovely people on their social medias, all the projects that they're working on. Make sure you go check out Petty for a Tale. They do amazing storytelling. And yeah, before I hit that raid, I will wish you all a goodbye, a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Fuck you, Jim Sterling.
Yeah. Fucking Jim. I hate that guy.
6, 5, 4, 1, and we're out.